up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn. Get this. According to Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, admits that the Brit will be finished if he loses in his next fight. Wow. Listen, he also goes on to add this in here further in detail. He said this. He said, you go into that fight in April, you know that with defeat, it's all over, really. It would be a third back-to-back defeat, Hearn told IFL TV. And let me counterpunch. That may or may not be the pragmatic truth. I think, again, it's always a gray area. You know, the way Eddie Hearn is explaining it, he's explaining it as like this is black and white. But then you forget the gray. Because if Anthony Joshua goes in there and let's say he gets wobbled and let's say he gets dropped a couple times, or let's say he's getting outboxed even, and then he catches the guy and hurts him in the 11th round and drops him or whatever. Let's say it's multiple knockdowns. In that case, I feel a star would probably be born. And when I mean a star, I mean a new one. Because whoever he goes in there with, let's say it's Otto Wallin. We don't really know. It's not finalized. It's supposed to be Dempsey McKean, but who knows, right? So let's say they go in there and they get it on. And Dempsey McKean catches him with the Andy Ruiz left hook from the God's punch. And Anthony's viciously hurt. And we know at this point, okay, he can't take temple shots. You know, he's another Wilder. Or really, you know, Anthony Joshua was wobbled in that area before Wilder. So, you know, I guess he's vulnerable to temple shots, okay? And he fights his way back. And he gets a knockdown himself. Then in the 12th round, he gets stopped. But it's one fantastic back and forth fight. What do you think will happen then? Do you think he would really drop Anthony Joshua in a fight where he gave it his all? In a fight where he did get a knockdown? In a fight where he was viciously hurt and then was able to come back showing true grit and heart and determination, but just couldn't quite make it? Similar to Deontay Wilder in the third fight with Tyson Fury. I mean, it sounds like, okay, yeah, he's right. Yeah, he can't make it. And I think Eddie's applying that pressure because I think he's assured that Anthony Joshua will win. And I think the more you put stakes on a particular fight, it makes you more intrigued. Especially not the supporters of Anthony Joshua, the haters of Anthony Joshua. Because when they hear this, they're all for it. Like, you know what? He's right. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he does get beat. I told you he was a bum. I never liked him anyway. He's really a bodybuilder. He doesn't belong in the ring with the elite. He was a made-up champion. Everything was given to him. This, that, and the other, right? I think that Eddie Hearn, what he's saying is true to a certain degree. If he loses, and he loses bad, and he loses the way he lost against Andy Ruiz, he would be finished. Because at this point, you got stopped by Andy Ruiz. You got decision twice by Alexander Usyk. Then you get stopped again. There would be no excuse. Because those were two different losses. You got a loss to Andy Ruiz. You know, you were hurt badly, dropped 4 times. But then you were outboxed by a tricky southpaw, one of the best fighters pound for pound in the world. Then you go and you get stopped again. Okay, I think he would be finished if he gets stopped by someone that he shouldn't be getting stopped by. You know, because at this point, there would be no excuse for anything. You know, not only can you get out hustled, you don't really have a chin anymore. So really, what's in it for you? You've lost on all accounts. You have failed every test that's been put in front of you. You know, so yeah, it would look very bad for Joshua unless he just was hell-bent on continuing his career. But with all the money and all that, I think that would reflect his performance if he had a piss poor performance. Because the first thing you could say and be comfortable with thinking is maybe Anthony Joshua has too much money. Maybe the silk pajamas, maybe the silk sheets, maybe the lifestyle, the times in Dubai and the skewered shrimp and lobster and all that good stuff. You know, trips all around the world, coming in out of the US and all over the place, right? Maybe that got the best of him. Maybe he just doesn't want it anymore. I remember Mike Tyson said when he did fight his last fight, I think it was Danny McBride. He didn't. He just wasn't in it anymore, and that happens to a lot of people. It does, But I think Eddie Hearn, though, if he's going to make a statement this bold concerning one of his star fighters like Anthony Joshua, that's made him millions of dollars, I think he's saying this because he's quite sure, people, that Anthony Joshua will win his fight. He's sure, and though that stakes is just there for extra insurance to get people to tune in. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that Anthony Joshua's career would surely be over if he loses his tune-up. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!